And welcome back to Yahoo Finance's special presentation, The Biden Presidency, 6 Months in the White House. Joining us right now is Yahoo Finance's Rick Newman. And Rick, you pay attention to the victories and perhaps defeats of all the administrations, but what's the biggest risk, do you think, right now to President Biden's economic agenda?
Inflation is probably up there, Adam. Obviously, this is getting a lot of attention these days. We've now got headline inflation of over 5%. I don't think this is going to be, I think it's going to be a different kind of problem come next year when we're looking into the 2022 midterms. So a lot of the inflation we're seeing right now is driven by things where demand and prices really plummeted during the pandemic. And it's these weird categories like used cars up a ton, new car inflation is up by a lot less than that. And then things related to travel because prices were so low a year ago. That's going to sort itself out. But I think there are three things Biden needs to be concerned about. And he keeps saying, don't worry, inflation is temporary. I'm not so sure about that. Number one, pay attention to rents. They have been going up lately. And rents, once they go up, do not really come down. Other stuff goes up and people buy less of it, and that brings the price down, keeps it aligned. Not so much with rents. And of course, that's a big part of the family budget for a lot of people. Watch food. It looks like a lot of the price increases that happened during the beginning days of the pandemic have actually stuck. And of course, energy and gasoline are very important. We've got gas well over $3 a gallon right now. That could moderate, but boy, voters really care about gas prices. So that will be important by next year as well.
They certainly do. And as Rick, as more and more people just face higher prices on a day-to-day basis, one thing that millions of Americans are feeling, I guess, a little bit of assistance with is the child tax credit. It started to hit bank accounts for millions of Americans over the past week. And of course, this is aimed at reducing child poverty, also helping with childcare expenses. But I'm curious to get your perspective on this. The Biden administration touting this as a huge win. Is there a downside, do you think, to the child tax credit?
Well, it certainly fuels the Republican claims that Biden is experimenting with socialism or forcing socialism on Americans. I don't endorse that view, but I think it's going to be a real interesting test of whether this type of thing works politically. And it does reflect the type of larger or more government involvement that Biden favors. Republicans and conservatives say this is too much of a handout, but look, this is actually going to help millions of voters, and it's temporary. Biden's pitch to voters is keep Democrats in office, and we will make this permanent. And of course, Republicans are likely to say we can't do this much longer. We can't afford it. So this will be a real interesting test case for 2022.
All right, Rick Newman, thanks so much.